Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I'm live, okay. Good. Yeah. Oh my fucking god. Welcome to the Trigger Corner where, the worst weeaboo in history talks about shit. Well, okay, maybe not the worst. I mean, there's still Double Four anime. But yeah, I have been very busy. I've been keeping up with things like the DNC, the RNC, Republican and Democratic National Conventions. Uh, you know, we've got the Democratic National Convention, cucking Bernie, giving him shit. And then we got the Republican National Convention just reaffirming that Hillary cannot be trusted. And we've got the DNC and anybody who supports Hillary, just spreading lies about Trump. I mean, if somebody were to tell me that Trump was supported by big pharma, big pharmaceutical companies and shit for all that medicine that you probably shouldn't be taking, I wouldn't doubt him. But if they were to say, "Oh, he's a racist," he said that he wants to kill Jewish people. Yeah, you're gonna bet. You better be showing me some evidence of that. And no, I'm not talking about linking to a fucking article. If you link to an article and they say they've got evidence that he signed some kind of document or whatever, and they don't have a photo of the document that was signed, you don't have that proof. Then it's not evidence. It's just confirmation bias. Somebody saying the same shit over and over again. It's like Stewie from Family Guy with charades. It's like, it's a jackal, it's a jackal, it's a jackal. If it wasn't right the first time, then why would it be right the next 10 times? Just stop saying it. Just wait until you can find some evidence. You don't have to have evidence right then and there for it to be right. You could wait. Maybe shit will come out. I mean, not people were probably trusting Hillary a lot more than they did before that email shit. But it came out, It's not like we always knew that, she was, being negligent with her emails and purposely sending them to people she shouldn't be, But yeah, I've been checking out the RNC, the DNC. The DNC, it's a wreck. It's a fucking wreck. People are like booing, people. It's like you mention Hillary's name and you get booed. It's clear they want Sanders, Bernie Sanders, which I could understand why. He's a lot better than Hillary. And it's like, and there's people going like Jill, not Hill, Jill Stein. I don't know. I don't know who Jill Stein is. There's Gary Johnson, but yeah. Some people don't know much about him either. I know he's like the Libertarian Party. Jill Stein, she's the Green Party. And I think that's all there is. There's 4 candidates, really. But 2 of them you don't even barely know anything about because they're probably not even going to win. But yeah, aside from that, I went to see Batman. I went to see Batman: The Killing Joke. Batman: The Killing Joke. Pretty damn good. Like the title says, spoiler alert, but yeah. If you haven't read the comic, you should. But it kind of started off in a really slow part. It's like not slow per se, but just not really necessary. There's some additions there, I believe, that were not really in the comics or something. But the Joker parts were spot on. I got everything I expected and more. I got there was fucking Batman, Kevin Conroy. Kevin Conroy was okay. There was he was pretty good, but it's clear Kevin Conroy does not want to do the Batman voice from the original Batman the Animated Series, because that voice, he said that it was too tough on his, throat. Because there's a clear difference. He used to sound darker, grittier, but it had a lot kind of smooth, I guess. It went through, he had to really struggle to get it to sound that smooth, So he stopped trying to make it that smooth, I guess, to where it's more gritty and more smoker's voice kind of thing, Mark Hamill, though, was fan-fucking-tastic, man. He was singing. He did a musical number. I go loony. It's like that was great. Holy shit. Mark Hamill, you need to do more of that shit. You need to fucking do musical numbers, like, do more of that. Like, you were singing in almost every Batman Arkham game except for the one where they had Troy Baker. Only you. And then there was like, what's it called? Like Who's Laughing Now or some shit. And it's just like, it was great. Oh my God. There's a song, and there's just the fucking horror in looking at Joker's face. You can see he is completely broken and insane. And it did exactly what the comics did. It ended off just as Batman and Joker were laughing at that last joke that the Joker told. So it was spot on mostly, except for the first part. And in terms of my channel, I just have not had the time because I really don't feel like writing a script right now because I don't know what to do. I don't want to make a video on like the DNC and the RNC or whatever. I don't want to go around making like DNC leak video or some shit because it's just not interesting right now to me. I want to do some sketches, right? I've got more ideas for videos that I'm coming up with. I have an idea for an Earthbound music video, but I don't have a baseball bat, and I don't have a Ness costume, and a white guy to play Lucas. And I need a pair of like really dorky, derpy sunglasses too, like really, really derpy, like the kind that Louis Senpai wears, you know. And let's see, it would be a music video, you know, an Earthbound music video related to a song by this guy. Well, no, it's some guy uploaded a video of spliced an Earthbound track with some other song, and it was really fucking funny. And I still got that Deadpool unboxing idea sketch, but I've got I've got something based on Double 4 anime, right? It's a sketch related to lawnmowers and the Rasen Shuriken. That's what I want to do, a sketch. It's good. I want to do a sketch like that, but goddamn. Yeah, I gotta do like I don't know, for a lot of stuff, like to get a really good camera, that's not going to happen in a long while. The only way I could do that if I was able to, you know, move out of the place where I am now into a subsidized housing or something, or if I were to start a Patreon, that's the only way that would work. If I could get the money, which I'm trying to go into the subsidized housing. You know, I've applied for a place that will at least make it easier on my income until I can, you know, get a job for a long enough time, and you know, because right now I'm on like a Social Security or whatever, not Social Security, but supplementary, whatever, the SSI and all that shit. And where I live right now, I can't fucking get a job. I don't drive, and I don't want to drive. I'm not about to risk death on those fucking roads. It's fucking ridiculous. You know, if you drive in this day and age, yeah, you may as well be like a war hero, because you never know when a fucking crazy guy like an Omar Mateen or some crazy Black Lives Matter activist is gonna shoot a bunch of cops, and a stray bullet then gets and hits you in your car or some shit. It's like, man, Black Lives Matter, you gotta nut up and teach your people some good shit. You can't just be sitting around. You gotta say, you cannot kill cops. You kill a cop, we're gonna beat the shit out. Yeah, if a white guy killed a black guy in front of a bunch of black people, they'd beat his ass up because he did something he shouldn't have done. Do the same with black people who do that to cops, because these cops that they killed, they were good cops. You know, they were letting them protest. They were partying with them a little bit. It was fun for them, right? Until the shots were heard. Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired. MLG fucking memes and shit. Like, fuck. I mean, come on. Seriously. You could do better than this. Don't just get Obama there and then suddenly he's bringing people to the White House, you know, bringing like Black Lives Matter activists of the most radical type to the White House. Don't let them come to the White House. Tell them to go fuck off. Put them in the fucking in a fucking mental institution. And also on another note, I've finally replaced the cable to my Elgato HD. So yeah, I'm able to. I will when I get back to it. I'm at my dad's house right now. I'm visiting him, and what's happening is that I'm able to record, but only if I have an HDMI related TV. So yeah, I've got an HDMI. You know, I've got an HDMI cable and a TV back at my normal setup, where I can, you know, plug in the Elgato Game Capture HD. Then I got to plug in the PS3 cable that I just replaced, the special kind that comes with the Elgato. It's let me see, it's my Hangout. Yeah, there you go. It's my Google Hangout. Yeah, checking out the comments. It looks like there's at least 2 comments on there by the same person. That's good. That's progress there, man. That's progress. My first comment on a live hangout, on a live stream. Yeah. So I'm finally able to record stuff, technically speaking, because I don't have a fucking TV with an HDMI port on it right now. So when I get the chance, come Wednesday, I should be, starting some stuff up, recording, maybe test recording, like Metal Gear Rising and like Dragon Ball Xenoverse and all that shit, Maybe do a Let's Play, or maybe do like I'll do a YouTube gaming. No, I don't want to do a gaming stream because I tried streaming just a Game Boy Advance game. My computer, it's probably my computer, so, it fucking couldn't handle that shit. So, yeah, I'm going to probably just record it, maybe try to make it like I don't know, something like a Kaiser Trigger relaxation corner or some shit. I don't know. I'll try to do something with that. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, in terms of anime and stuff, like I know there are lots of anime fans. It's goddamn. There's a lot of weeaboos, man. A lot of them who they don't want to think for themselves. They just want to read an article and trust whatever's in there. They just think, oh, I read an article that said Trump is a racist, so that means he's a racist. No, that's not how it works. Okay, let's say, in fact, I will link you to a Sea Lion Club post of mine. Let me see. Sea Lion Club. Yeah. And it'll teach you some basics about fact checking. Before you trust an article, you fact check it. You have to fact check. You have to fact check everything. Fact check. Fact check. Okay, let's. Yeah, I'll link an article in the description of this fucking video. And let me see. Video. Okay. Edit. All right. Come on. Okay. Save changes. There you go. For now. Then I'll maybe add in a bit more words or whatever, but you have to fact check everything before you trust it. If it links to an article, like if an article links to another article that has a video, let's say the initial article says that Donald Trump said so-and-so, so it links to a video on a site like CNN. And yet in the video, not once is Donald Trump heard saying anything. All you do is you hear like people talking about him. That's not evidence that Trump said anything. That's just evidence that people want to say that he said it. If you want to say that he said something, then you have to. If you want to prove that he said something, get one of his speeches and prove why it's racist or sexist or misogynistic or whatever. Like if he said, "I don't want women working in the workforce because I don't think a woman belongs in the workforce," and that's racist. No, not racist. Well, depending on if she's saying, "I don't believe a Mexican woman or whatever should be working," but it's sexist. But that's not what he said before. I'm pretty sure he said. The thing that people will always tell me he says, is like he says that women shouldn't work, and yet the only thing they link me to is when he told a feminist that if she works just as hard as a man, she will get paid as much as a man. And my thoughts on the new Justice League trailer, I have not seen it actually, so I can't actually say anything on it. I haven't seen it. I've seen little images of it, but yeah, I'm not sure. I'll probably check it out sometime. I'm not much of a reaction channel, so I'm not really a reaction channel or anything, so I wouldn't really bother reacting to it. I might do like an April Fool's thing where I react to something or whatever. But no, I'm not a reaction channel, so I probably wouldn't show it. I'd just say, don't know. Yeah, it's not really something that I probably even care about, really. I mean, I'm not even really much of a movie. The last movie I saw, of course, like the title says, Batman: The Killing Joke, and yeah, that was a pretty good movie. But I'm not really much of seeing into like live action movies. The last one I saw that was live action superhero or related was like a Deadpool, and that was great. But that's because I really want to see Deadpool. I really wanted to see it, and I saw it. Now I got to get myself a Deadpool costume so I can do a special unboxing video. And it might just get me killed. But it's worth it. In fact, like I've said before, there's a lot of things I want to do with a Deadpool costume related to Deadpool, anime body pillows, and a lot of crazy, creepy shit. Deadpool related shit. And possibly burning body pillows as well, just for the hell of it. And don't worry, I mean, yeah, it's like, look, it's my money. I'll buy what I want and do what I want with it. I mean, if it entertains people, then that's good. But on the subject of, fact checking, if you're going to try to debate somebody, make sure that your facts are checked. Make sure that the facts are there and that they're not like just, disingenuous, or that they're just, people repeating the same phrase over and over again. If somebody says Trump is a racist and somebody else says it, then somebody else says it, that doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean they're right. It doesn't mean they're right. It means that they're making the assertion, but you need to prove that assertion. You got to have like video footage of him saying this stuff. Otherwise, you can't demand that people, vote for Hillary, I mean, it would have been fine if it was, I would have been fine with people like not voting for Trump if there was somebody else other than Hillary. But here's the thing. There's nobody else. Trump does not have email scandals. He doesn't have this shit. It's like, seriously, with Trump, people tell me that with Hillary, things won't change, but they will change. She'll let in a bunch of terrorists. Why? Because Saudi Arabia is one of the Islamic states that has ties to ISIS. And Saudi Arabia is one of her biggest backers. The thing about the Clintons is that the people who, it works like this, okay? There's resources in other countries, and Clintons, they're paid to give speeches and stuff to, kind of fool people, and keep them docile away from their government, from what I'm understanding. And the people, it's like with Haiti, right? Haiti had an earthquake. They were promised homes and roads, new homes, new roads. And the Clintons made billions of dollars, from all that stuff. They were given billions of dollars to come speak. And, they spent billions of dollars, I guess, that billions of dollars, just to build a J.C. Penney. They didn't build any homes or roads, things that the people needed to get around places. They were still in poverty, and they're probably still in poverty right now. Let's see, still in poverty. See what Uncle Google says. I don't know, but yeah, it's the living conditions in Haiti's capital improved, but the rural places, I guess, are still the same. The places that really were probably damaged the most. All they did was build a goddamn J.C. Penney. And that really didn't give very many people jobs, because there's not many people that you can have working at a J.C. Penney. They built J.C. Penney's, I guess, like malls, and that was it. They did, and the problem with this is that the nations that need the most assistance but donate the least to the Clintons have probably, from what I understand, have the least amount of terrorism, and yet they get the least amount of assistance. So the Clintons, they're working for your enemies, and your enemies are working for them. They're both mutually parasitic towards America. Trump is just kind of like, he's rich, okay? He's rich, and he is kind of parasitic in that sense. Like, rich people, they have that kind of a desire to make lots of money, But here's the thing. He has a standard, and that is, for now, not letting in terrorism. Now, Obama himself was kind of a Trojan horse, so you never know. Trump could get in, but here's the thing. He doesn't have a record of lying to the American people and being proven to have lied. You know, when the FBI director comes out and says Clinton said this and it was fake, false, you know, that's proof that she was lying. When everybody else is saying Clinton lied about the email thing and the FBI director who has instant access to that shit says it, you know, she lied. Trump, however, on the other hand, nobody's really ever been able to prove that shit. Like, I saw an interview from 2003 that said, you know, and it said of Trump, and he still said, I'm against the Iraq war. And he still says that. And yet people tell me, oh, no, he was for it, but then against it. But no, there's a 2003 article, and the Iraq war was in 2003. That's when it started, around the time when it started. Ugh. So what you need to do is, if you don't want Trump in office, don't vote Hillary. Vote for like either Jill Stein or Gary Johnson. At least then you'll get what you want, and you won't look like a total fucking liar who's just trying to support Hillary and make the country a horrible place. For all this stuff, Obama saying how great the country is, how great everybody in the world is. No. Why don't you go up to the face of like a family member of a dead gay person who died in Orlando and tell them that. Tell them you have nothing to fear. You're making stuff up. You're making shit up. You know, go to them. Say that to their face. I hope you walk away in a body bag. Go up to a person in Nice, France. Say that whole thing, you know, it's a truck. Oh, well, that was nothing. You have nothing to fear. You're just exaggerating the horrors there. You better be shot in the head for that by some crazy guy in Nice, France. If you say that shit. If you say that shit in Nice, France, yeah, you deserve to walk away in a body bag. And weeaboos, though, you know, they're trying to claim the same shit that the liberal media is about Trump. But what they're linking to is the liberal media, the majority of media that has any kind of coverage, that gets any coverage. The only media that I know of that gets like a coverage on TV and stuff is fucking Fox News, and they're the only ones I know of that even support Trump somewhat or mostly. And that's really fucking sad when you want to prove that, you know, oh, the media is biased towards Trump, they want to support him, when all you have to show for it is fucking Fox News of all people, like some of the worst Republican news people, you know, news reporters are on there, and yet they're the only news channel. And yet you got CNN, you got NBC, you got MSNBC, I guess, or whatever that fuck was. I know there's like two MSNBC. You got what's it called? You got like the Daily Show. You got Colbert, who's probably voting Hillary. You got Jon Stewart, who is like who's probably voting Hillary. You know, hopefully he's voting like Jill Stein or Gary Johnson. Hopefully he's going to do one of those. You know, hopefully those two are going to do something like that instead of, you know, voting Hillary. But I don't think so. No. And you got a bunch of like mainstream websites, you know, that are basically social media and news articles and shit, and they all hate Trump and they all spread the same shit. But like in the description, I linked to what fact checking is. You know, I gave a little lesson on it, on the basics of it. None of these websites do that shit. They don't fact check it. They don't fact check it. They just link to it because it reaffirms. It says the same shit that they say. It's an echo chamber. The entire internet has become a giant fucking college campus. So just stop believing anything you see online, unless it's a video. If it's a video, you know what? Right now, I'm going to link to you a video that is, let's see, it is a video of Hillary Clinton, right? She is saying how we do have a problem of mean-spiritedness. We need, you know, basically saying that this country needs to be more understanding of feelings and emotions. And yet, on a hidden camera, I guess, because it's she doesn't really notice anything, you know, so it's probably a hidden camera. She's saying behind the scenes of that kind of shit, I don't believe you change hearts. I believe you change laws, you change allocation of resources, and you do all this and that. Basically saying she doesn't believe that your opinions and your feelings on the matter. She's saying that all you should care about is to change laws to meet specific people's demands. So there you go.
I just put in description a video. She has that white guilt, man. That fucking white guilt. It's like, seriously. And Hillary herself has been said by lots of people to be a hater of men. She has a hatred of men. Her relationship with Bill is volatile. Former Secret Service members have said it. It's like Bill would constantly walk away with black eyes. It's no wonder he was cheating on her. No wonder. I mean, I don't know if he raped anybody. I'm not sure. Maybe he did. He probably did. Because with that kind of money, you might just think you can get away with it, right? But for fuck's sake, he walked away with black. Fuck, I cannot fucking talk. It's ridiculous. I'm getting triggered by this. He walked away with black eyes, right? That's what Secret Service members have said. It's like we saw Mr. Clinton walking away with black eyes and shit, and Hillary didn't have a scratch on her. It's like, if your wife gave you a black eye just because you were arguing, you didn't agree on something, do you really think it's you that's the problem, or do you really think it's her? Do you think it's her, or do you really think it's you? Who's the one walking away with a black eye? Think about it. If you're the one walking away with a black eye, that means you were assaulted. You were assaulted because you didn't agree on a matter. So if you were assaulted, then you need to think about what your next move is. Are you going to continue to be in that relationship, or are you going to do something to end it? Or it's like, seriously, Hillary Clinton is a man-hater. She's a misandrist. There was even talks that she was going to try to ban men from the DNC convention. But now there's no way she could do that after the whole email scandals. No shit. Nobody's going to do anything if she does that. That would have just fucked it over entirely. I guess it must have hit her. Okay, I can't do that. That's going to fucking ruin my chances if that goes on. Because feminism, just straight out and about, like anti-male feminists, are definitely going down the hill. Feminism itself is going down the toilet. It's like, seriously. It's like Christina Hoff Sommers has had to create her own brand of feminism because she cannot stand to use the types of feminism that there are, especially like intersectional feminism. That shit is bogus. So yeah, look, do not fucking trust articles. Fact check them first, then trust them after you fact check them. If they have the evidence that they claim that they have, like if they say that Donald Trump signed a document that says like that he wants to like, there was somebody who told me that Donald Trump once used immigration as a tool to make money, and they linked me to a New York Times article. They said it had a photo. It had no photo. There was no photo of anything. So find articles that have photos. It's fine if you want to fight against Trump, but use evidence, not articles. Do not just use people saying the same goddamn thing over and over and over again. It's not going to be right the next hundreds of millions of times you say it. It's going to be right when you prove it. So prove it. In fact, like I said earlier, if you were to say that he is supported by big pharmaceutical companies, I wouldn't doubt it, because most rich people probably are today. Big pharma, they call it. Medicines, like the types of people who make all these terrible medicines that really don't do much. They just numb your brain down. I wouldn't doubt it. But I would still ask for evidence to just go and advocate that this is it, But there is proof that Hillary Clinton has ties to big pharmaceutical companies. And there's proof of it. So find me proof. Find me like people. There's a video, right, that said Hillary Clinton said to a protester or whatever, I guess, of hers that, she gets so much money from Saudi Arabian oil. I'm gonna have to find that as well. Let's see. Hillary Clinton gets money. Let me see. Hillary Clinton confronted about her campaign money. Let's see. Oil. Let's see. Yeah. A video. It's like Hillary Clinton outraged when asked about contributions from fossil fuel industry. Yeah, I will put that in the description as well. There you go. I'll kind of pretty up the description, Not that anybody's probably watching right now because the only viewers are gone, but still. I'm going to put that in the description, okay? That is proof that she does a lot of shit she should not be doing. Find me stuff like that. And make sure that it follows this basic rule. Make sure that they are deliberately saying this stuff. Like they're saying, yes, I get money from this. Like if you were to tell me that Donald Trump has been for the establishment, I wouldn't doubt you. Why? Because he said even on Fox News, he said, I think it was Fox News, he said, yes, I used to be for the establishment. He's been for the establishment, so it's possible he might still be a part of the establishment. He has been a part of the establishment. He's admitted it on camera. He said he has. So there you go. But he has not said what he has done as part of the establishment. So find stuff like that, video evidence. And aside from that, you can be expecting maybe in the next few days or maybe on Wednesday, sometime on Wednesday or maybe Thursday to get a test footage of like Metal Gear Rising, Dragon Ball Z Universe, or whatever fucking game I feel like putting on there. Hell, I've still got Hyperdimension Neptunia Victory. I might just do that and be like, hey, look at me, I'm playing Weeaboo Cancer MLG Pro Cringe, man. Yeah. I'll do that, and when I eventually, you will see, sketches like the ones that I want to do. You will be seeing stuff like that. That is what this is what this channel really is hoping to go. That's what I'm hoping to go for with this channel. Mostly, I want to have like sketches while having like other stuff in between. The sketches will be like my main, most invested content, while things like Let's Plays will probably be like the the filler. You know how Dragon Ball Z and Naruto have had filler? That stuff will be the filler for that stuff. So if you see a video that is a Let's Play, do check it out if you want to hear me talk. Oh, of course, don't check it out if you if you don't like Let's Plays. Don't. I'm not asking you to check that out. If you don't like Let's Plays, I can understand. I kind of like them as long as they're like horror Let's Plays because sometimes I use it for background noise when I'm trying to fall asleep. I like horror stuff. I like being scared before I go to bed. But yeah, I'll have that stuff. And I've got a Twitter. It's in my description. And I've got a Sea Lion Club, or it's kind of like Twitter, mostly. Except that they admit that the reason they started it was to combat Twitter on like free speech and stuff and say, okay, we want free speech here. So what you can't say on Twitter, you can definitely say there for now. If it gets popular enough, they may sell out, but for now, they have not sold out for now. So check me out there. In the description, my Twitter and all this other shit that I've got. If you want some updates that are a lot more frequent, like if I'm sick, I'll tell you I'm sick. If my camera broke, I'll tell you my camera broke or something. Which my camera is my phone, so my camera and my phone would be broken if my camera broke, or my phone breaks, then my camera breaks. So, yeah. So I'm gonna end this off. I'm just it was a bit of an update. I was hoping to get somebody in here, but it doesn't look like they're ready. It looks like he might be like fucking zonked out. Maybe he's drunk or having a hangover or whatever. So. Sayonara. Sayonara. Yeah, I'm a fucking weeaboo. I'm triggering out.